All right, so number 12 is the expression x to the 2a plus b is equivalent to one of these here. So the easiest way to think about this is the law of exponents. When we are multiplying things, we are going to add our exponents together. So we got to look at, first of all, this has to be multiplication because we are clearly adding something up and we're not changing the base at all. So I'm going to get rid of, literally, all the ones that have addition in it. So 1 and 2 I'm going to get rid of. We don't even need to look at those because if we were adding these up, our bases would change, and therefore that is not what's happening here, so we're not even going to look at that. We're going to look at 3 and we're going to look at 4. 4 would be x 2a plus 2b, all right, if we did that. So that's not going to be our answer. But if you look here, we have an x and an x, so we keep our bases. We add our exponents, which is where the 2a comes from, and then we leave the other one, which is where the b. So our equivalent expression to x to the 2a plus b is going to be choice 3. So for 13, it says the inputs and outputs of a function are shown in the table below, and they give you your x values on the left and your y values or your f of x to the right. They're asking us the function can be described as either one linear, quadratic, exponential, or absolute value. There's going to be something I'm going to get rid of. First of all, when we're talking about, we're looking for what's considered a common ratio. If we're going to try to find the difference between these things, we would subtract it, and you're already going to know that if we started to subtract these things, so 0.0625 minus 0.125, we're going to get this as an answer. If I was to subtract this from this, we're not going to get the same answer. So let's do it. 0.125 minus 0.25. That is not the same answer. Therefore, we are not linear because the linear is a constant difference. This difference, meaning that if I subtracted this from this, would be the same as if I subtracted it from here to here, so on and so forth. So we're going to get rid of that. Quadratic, this doesn't look like a quadratic to me. All right, I can tell you that straight up because things are not repeating. With a quadratic, you're going to have a minimum or maximum value, and your x values are going to wind up repeating to mirror, make your parabola. So we're going to get rid of 2. That leaves us with exponential and absolute value. I'm going to look at exponential, right? Exponential tells us that we have to find a constant ratio. So what I'm going to do, again, a ratio is described as division. So I'm going to take this and divide it by this. 0.0625 divided by 0.125, and I get the common difference of 1/2. I'm going to keep going real quick and do this one and just see. 0.125 divided by 0.25, and again I get a half. So what we got going on here is we have 0.5, we have 0.5. I'm going to do it one more time to see. 0.25 divided by 0.5, and again I'm getting 0.5. which means that this is actually exponential because we have a common ratio between our x values on the right side, and they're all going to be 0.5. So our answer is going to be choice 3, or exponential.